So I think in terms of skincare, I think that's why there's more for women to use, because our genetic makeup and our hormones and how we react to different things is way different to what a man has to deal with in terms of his testosterone. Hey guys, this is Anesu, aka Nyati Shonga.
Hello, my name is Chido, aka Chizzy. Wagwan, Advocate Amanda here. Hi everyone, this is Kuda, aka Cooks. Hi, and welcome to As Told by Us, the podcast. This is a weekly podcast where 4 professional millennials discuss living in Zimbabwe and trying to figure life out.
Someone once told us the grass is much greener on the other side.
But from where we're standing, our grass is green. Subscribe, like, share, comment down below.
Why do men have it so easy? Like, for example, right? Girls have like tons of hormones at play that cause different kind of acne. You have cystic acne, then you just have stress acne. Boys just have like good skin in general, like.
And perfect eyelashes.
And good eyelashes. Me, I have to go get eyelash extensions. Like, it's so expensive being a girl. It's so expensive. Clothes are cheap, but poor quality. I have to buy menstrual products. Like, when will we catch a break?
There's no rest, my friend.
So we're talking about pink tax. It is a term for the extra amount of money charged for certain products or services that are specifically marketed toward women. These products and services may include razors, soaps, lotions, deodorants, and haircuts. I found that this actually even extends to just general marketing of everything. I don't know if it's a capitalist thing, but then women have it pretty hard. I was telling these guys earlier about when I wanted to buy painkillers for cramps. And then I just happened to engage the pharmacist to say that, okay, there's the pink box that says pills, painkillers for periods, and then there's like normal painkillers. What's actually the difference? Because it was the same carrier. And lo and behold, she sat down and read the boxes, and really it's just the same. It's a blend of paracetamol and ibuprofen. But then just one has a pink box and I have to pay more. So what's the deal with that?
Yeah, I think it's capitalism.
Yeah.
Wow, guys. But then again, like, majority of women buy more generally. So you'll see, like, in terms of, like, if a guy was to buy, I guess, a wallet or whatever, he'll buy one wallet and he pushes with that wallet till it's on its last leg, it's on its last stitches. But the way we've been conditioned is you need a specific wallet for this specific handbag.
Yeah.
Or you need to buy little ones for your tiny handbag, and then a bigger one to make you look all grown up, and then like there's like advancements in how you buy your things. Just kind of wild.
Yeah, it's wild because we were just talking even earlier about how like my women's clothes don't have pockets, right? Male clothes have pockets. Like if you were to buy cargo pants, for example, a guy's pair of cargo pants will have like 16 pockets that actually function. But then if I were to go and buy cargo pants in Mr. Price, they'll have like a zipper that's actually not a pocket, and then it's like, but why? Why can't I also have things at my convenience? Like, why can't I just have I don't want to carry a handbag every day. I don't want to be girly every day. Like, sometimes I just want to put stuff in my pocket, but I can't because girls' things aren't made for utility. I don't know. Like,
I kind of just feel like girls in society, well, the way society views us, right, is for aesthetics. It's not for being practical. It's not for utility, right? So they're going to make clothes to make you look nice. And then they're going to lie that there's a pocket here because the pocket makes the outfit look nice without actually giving you a pocket, because once you start putting things in your pocket, you stop looking nice. Right? And then they're also thinking, because as a girl, you're going to want a handbag, so you're going to have all your things in a handbag anyway. There's no need to give you more pockets when you already have a bag, right? And then similarly, even when it comes to the quality of it, of the clothes, I don't know anything, I don't make clothes, but it could be more expensive to make women clothes, or rather the same way how I think Anessa just said that women buy more anyway, so they'll make you cheaper clothes so that you keep coming to buy because you're going to buy, whereas a man will buy one shirt and one pant for 2 years and that's all he's going to rock. So it needs to be at least good enough for it to last him the 2 years, whereas you will probably go once a month to buy more things.
But I feel like if I had a capsule wardrobe with good quality clothes, I wouldn't need to continue to buy.
So how would they make money?
And buy.
They need to make
And
money.
also for me, it's like there's always going to be a wage gap between men and women, right? So like women are perceived to earn significantly less than men. So if I'm earning less than men, why is it that female products are more expensive or of lower quality? You know, like for example, I'm standing here and MMV is there, right? He earns $1,000. With his $1,000, he's just gonna go and buy like one product for his face that will also work for his hair, that will also be a body wash. But for me, I earn significantly less than MMV. I earn $400, but I now must go and buy salicylic acid and a serum and vitamin C and then pads. I mean,
you didn't
like
buy
why?
You didn't buy a toner. You didn't buy a face wash.
Because I don't have money. So now I'm just going to
Not even enough.
It's not enough. Like women earn significantly
face
less,
wipes.
but are still expected to buy more or to consume more, or like everything for women is just more expensive than for men.
I think also on the capitalist side of things, I find that the women expectation to buy more is tied into the expectation that the men will pay for it. Because if you look at things like 2 for 1 or whatever it is, or those things where it's like ladies' night and for ladies it's free, the idea seems to be the way for you to tap into MMV's money is through his girl. Because then now if it's like, say I need to get my nails done every 2 weeks, the culture has become that I want to be a kept woman. And if a man wants a certain woman who looks a particular way, that in his mind comes with a certain price tag because he's actually the one who's expected to pay. Mm-hmm. So I think it speaks to what you're talking about, Chido, with the wage gap, to say it doesn't seem like it's only our money that they're coming after. It's a cycle that involves the men on the money side.
Doesn't that like then create a dependency of sorts? Because if you don't have a very rich boyfriend or husband or whatever, it's pushing you to make a plan, find a place of some sort, girl, because you need to get those products somehow. Just kind of, woof.
You know, because I'm just thinking about this now, right? And shout out to my sister because she keeps my face correct. But I'm just thinking of the products that I use, right, for my face on a daily. This is an extra thing, but like when I cleanse my face and then I mask my face and then I moisturize my face and then I turn my face. What's that acid that you just said, the one that starts with an S?
Salicylic.
That one. And then I put that, and then I put nice and that one, and I put that on also. And then what's the next thing that I put?
Vitamin C.
Then I do the vitamin C, and then I moisturize, and then I sunscreen it.
And then primer.
This is not
concealer.
That's not even me putting makeup on. This is just me on a daily basis. On a daily basis, plus the lotion, plus then the roll-on, plus then the tampon.
Your scents, of course, because you need to layer those as well.
Exactly. Then my Zara perfume.
then your body oil.
Exactly. Oh, of course. You see, like all of those things, like the regimen in itself is also taxing. I also feel like there's a cost in terms of money, but there's also a cost in my time, right?
Yeah.
Every time, if I have to be at work at 8, I can't be like a brow who wakes up at 7:30 and showers and goes. I sort of have to wake up an hour and a half earlier just to make sure that I've gone through the entire regimen, and then I come home, and then I have to wash my face, and then I have to put more because now I have I've got daytime products, and then you've got nighttime products, and now you have a whole thing where it's the money, yes, but it's also just the time and the effort that I have to put into it, right?
Yeah.
And then if you say like, oh guys, let's go out for like drinks or something. What time are we meeting? Let's meet at 6 p.m. Chances are I'm going to only start getting ready. I have to start at like 3. Because by the time I get the eyebrow to contour the way the eyebrow needs to do the thing, it takes at least an hour just to get the concealer and to make them look like, what is it, twins, cousins?
No, sisters, not twins.
Sisters, not twins. Or, but you also want them to look at least close to identical as possible. That in itself takes a lot of time. And even if you think about when you're now putting your makeup on, you've got all the brushes that you have to use, the different brush for a different thing with the different all the time.
It's so expensive being a girl, honestly. Like,
to be honest, I have to confess, I like it. I like it when I'm, true to my routine and just sticking to my self-care things. I really feel good afterwards. I love how everything smells and feels and being able to do it. I love going to shop for those things and spend a lot of money at Discam or whatever and just get all these nice smelling things because it's, for me, I feel like it's how I also treat myself. And it feels nice to have it. Yes, it's a lot of money, a lot of time, but I kind of like spending my money on that stuff because then, if not that, then what else?
I will actually agree with you. I like the regimen. I'm not mad about the regimen. I actually like it, right? What I don't like is things that are for practical use. So the money that I have to spend on tampons, for example.
Yeah.
That, because me buying, say the acid again?
Salicylic.
Me buying that is choice.
Yeah.
Right? This is just me wanting to spend money on myself. But me buying tampons is not a choice. And why they're so expensive doesn't make sense to me. And then now, I guess the cheat code is to buy the menstrual cup that you reuse over and over. I don't know how many times you can use it. I've never used one. But
has anybody here used a menstrual cup?
I have.
How many times can you use it?
Forever.
And how?
It's made of medical grade silicone, so it's like they say, I think the recommended is 7 years of how it can last. And because it's medical grade silicone, I think that's what they use even for certain parts that they can even put in the body. They use that because it's so easy to sterilize. If you just boil it, then you're getting a completely sterile thing. I used it and then I stopped. I don't know how much detail you want about the experience, but I'm very willing to.
I mean, I'm actually curious because I've been considering menstrual cups.
I think it's better as a premise because of how clean it is. The concept is that you place it, it's designed to sit right at the foot, I think, of the uterus and collect everything internally. So as an experience, it's generally cleaner than bleeding out into a pad.
Yeah.
So I liked that part of it. It makes you very intimate with yourself and with your body, because the process of insertion.
More than a tampon. It's sitting more with that than a tampon.
Because it's math, that's probably math. It took me a while to get it, because like if you think about it, it's like a cup. It's like literally a cup. So there's a way that you need to be able to fold it and insert it without hurting yourself, and just to do it properly. So it takes some getting used to, but it's not that hard.
Do you then put like a panty liner underneath?
I started off doing that because I did with the tampon, but you actually don't need it because of the way it's designed. If you notice, if you look at it carefully, I wish we had one, there's like little holes that have a suction effect. So it's literally designed to fit right there by the uterus. So like just say on top of the vagina, and then it just goes and and it's like you put on a liner or whatever, it'll come out the way it is. So that's why I say I find it to be the cleanest of experience, just because it's really designed for the female body. The downside is the admin. Which is why I really stopped using it out of the convenience of a tampon, because it's like a use once, discard. With that, obviously you have to keep it clean. And you have to keep it in a very, very clean environment, because you can get a lot of infections very easily, because and that's a lot of work and effort. And what I actually found in reading about them, especially where they've like done experiments, I'd say, where they like say put menstrual cups at like a high school, whatever, to just see how it works, because it's potential to be very liberating in the cost of pad space, because really you're giving someone one thing, whereas they could be using like 20 at a given point. So it really it's a privileged thing. It depends on how much access to a sterile environment and clean water you have. And living in Zimbabwe, depending on where you live, that's not always make sure. So you find yourself in a situation where you're going to need to still have tampons or whatever for convenience. But otherwise, the experience of using a cup, I actually really loved it. It's also, you avoid a lot of toxins that you get from pads and tampons, because just naturally in the way that those are cleaned for use, there's chemical usage and all sorts of stuff that happens there. So if you can actually have issues. And I think, I don't know, it was a nice experience.
And then how much is the cup? How much is it?
The last I checked, you could get for even like $5.
Wow. You see, thing is, I have a maladaptive imagination. Like,
word of the day.
TBH, I just learned this word today. But because I'll be feeling anxious, like, oh my gosh, this cup. When I'm now taking it out, like I'm at work or whatever, and then there's spillage.
Taking it out, so again,
it's traumatic.
So now with that, right, there's different sizes. I think there's basically two general sizes. They'll ask you if you've had a baby or not. I think if you have, then it makes it different. I think you need a bigger one. But because you're collecting blood, it depends on your flow and the size of it. It gives you a long wearing time. You might find that you don't actually need to change at work or during the day at all, because it's like it's a cup filling up. And because it's just silicone, it's not like cotton that because you can get toxic shock syndrome from having a tampon in, because you've literally got foreign bodies inside. But with the cup, the risk of that is much lower, because it's just a cup inside. So you find that you can actually get away with going to work and back without having that. Because I also thought of that before, but it's not really a thing.
I mean, cheap options. Because I'm for these cheap options. With my cashews, like I'm not trying to.
It's definitely an experience, but I wasn't mad at it. But it's just that convenience part of it. But yeah.
So do we not think then, I'm moving away from your period, do you not think then that, like Chido said, when men can have one product right?
For everything.
For everything. Generally, even out of necessity, women just can't do that anyway, even if they tried, right? Like, you can't wash your vaginal area with the normal soap
Geisha.
that you would do, right? Is it that men just don't care about the appearance, they choose not to buy more products? Because there are men that also have skincare regimens. Some just don't. Some are okay with not even putting on lotion, right? But is it that men just don't care? So even the people that make products don't make them for men because they're like, no, the men are not going to buy this anyway.
I think it's a societal thing, because I think there's not enough people or even women making products by women for women that really take into account the female anatomy. Because even when I was talking about the difference with the cup, I think that thinks so much more. It puts more effort and thought. The technology of it puts more effort and thought into what it is that's needed. I don't believe that there can't be a body wash that's made with a pH low enough and with an ingredient list low enough to be appropriate to use both on your vagina and on your armpits. That's just a matter of science and sitting down and thinking that this is what I want to achieve. But the purpose in making multiple products that are incompatible is for us to buy more. That's why we keep on relating it back to capitalism. But to say that you can't have a wash that I can use on my hair, on my vagina, on my thing, on my armpits is impossible. It's a possibility. It's just the laziness in the technology of doing it. Because I think there aren't enough people who are saying, well, I want to promote convenience or whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't think people have really tried to understand the female. Maybe because there's so many products, it's then difficult to try and like streamline something that's specific to, let's say, Chido. Like Chido might have specific needs that we can't address. And I think that's why then those products then pop up. Especially with skincare, because I had like a hard time with skincare. Try this, do this one. The lady said this one works. And you're just like, this is not working for me, and it's not working. So I then opted for more of a minimalist approach because I realized if I keep doing all these things that are supposedly supposed to work for me, it's not going to make a difference. So I think in terms of skincare, I think that's why there's more for women to use, because our genetic makeup and our hormones and how we react to different things is way different to what a man has to deal with in terms of his testosterone. And then to answer your question, Koda, I don't think it's that they don't care. I think it's that they don't need to. They don't need all of these things that we're like dealing with. If it's pimples, he goes to the pharmacy, the lady will say, this one works, Oxyten, whatever. Buy it, it will work. And it does work because they're not fighting all these internal battles that we're fighting. Yeah, so I think it's not that they don't care. Me, I've met some men who are very, they're doing the most in the department of buying things and looking good and smelling good and all of that. But it's not like a necessity. It's more of like a hobby. Someone will be like, I collect cologne. I love collecting cologne. Whereas the woman is saying, I kind of need the cologne. Pokelo said, Zim women smell, so I need to buy the cologne. One of your Zimbabwean celebrities.
Actually, I now have a question based on you mentioning Pokelo, because I think she did say like, like she bats, and you can really tell that this hand she spends 30 minutes upwards just like
in the
getting herself ready, like whether it's in the shower, using all these rituals of what, and the boom creams. Like, I mean, so now I just wanted to ask, like, is that important to you guys? Like, kugeza, is that like a thing?
The way you say it.
No, I said it very deliberately.
Kugeza.
In that way. I think now that I'm like a bit older, because like before it was like whatever, I'm just gonna roll out of bed, take a shower quickly, get to class. But now it's like, okay, I need to, I need to make sure I buy body oil that kind of smells the same as my perfume, so that like, one, my skin is glistening. Like, is that important to you at this age now? Like the way Pokelo is, like, is that something that we aspire to be in this room?
I think it's nice to smell nice and all of that, but then depending on your privilege, you might not feel that it needs to be done. Because so many people in Sim are struggling other things. They're not thinking, let me buy rituals for $100.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like relative. You might want it, but then can you afford
it?
General question, is Rituals a brand name?
Yeah.
So it's rituals. There's rituals of Sakura. There's rituals of words that I cannot even pronounce. But there's rituals.
But it's like a product.
Yeah, it's like a line. Like
so they'll have like different sub-products.
I've seen it.
And then they'll have like shower gel and shower mousse.
Okay.
And body oil and body cream and what.
Okay. Interesting. I'd never heard of it. But to answer your question, I think again it goes back to what Amanda said, where we were saying I like taking care of myself. I do like I'm not like a long shower person, right? But I do know that I go through a few processes, also depending on the day and what I'm supposed to be doing, right? Because then you also get those like those creams that are like shiny. What are those creams called? But like the ones that like are glittery and like balmy, and it's also not any different. Like if you decide I have some time today, let me take a bath instead of a shower, and then you put like your bubble bath and your bath bomb and your oils in it. It's like some things are just there to make you feel nice, but it's not. I can't say it's like an intentional thing where you're saying, I need to match this essence with my lotion, and because my perfume has an undertone of oak. Yeah. So I need to also make sure that my soap has an undertone of oak. So it's not, I don't know, for me it's not that serious, it's not like that, but it's definitely, there is there's a process that I go to, but that obviously just makes me feel good.
You just want to, you have a regiment that you follow that makes you feel good, that's good for your pocket, no pressure, buying things that like we cannot
it's definitely like it's good on my pockets, and like I do actually enjoy toiletry shopping. I really love going into, and shame, unfortunately, which is also what's so trash about this country, is that the toiletries that personally that I like, I can't really get here, right? So when I do go shopping, it has to be like a bulk shop, right? To make sure that I get all the things that I need. And that's very inclusive of my hair, right? So even with my hair goes through a process. Like I'm known for 9-10 hour wash days.
Yikes. Yeah.
Can't relate. I would no, but like I just because I like my hair to feel healthy. I like my hair to look good. To be a bit shiny, like naturally shiny. So there is in itself a process that I go through with my hair. My hair is natural, right? So I also have to take extra care to make sure it's not brittle, it's not weak, but it's also soft. It's not gray. Those
the problems girls go through.
But it's also, it could be very expensive. And then it's oily because you also need to oil the scalp. But the oil that you use for your scalp is not the oil that you use for the actual hair. And then you have oil for the tips of the hair so that you make sure that you don't get split ends. All of those things.
To be honest, I agree. I've found it, especially growing up, I found it to be therapeutic.
And the deeper you lean into concepts like self-love and just like, self-acceptance, to me, that being able to invest that much in myself without guilt about it has become so therapeutic and freeing for me, because it's like, why not, spoil myself? Why not get all these fancy serums and oils and sprays? Because it feels good afterwards. For me, I can see quite a visible difference in the way that I'll carry myself throughout the day, the way that I'll approach things, the way that I'll approach life. It's because I've put that much value into taking time, into taking care of myself. So it's pretty nice. Right, and that brings us to today's dilemma. There is a question that has come up. And this is a shade room chat that we've decided to hop onto. So, guys, you enter into a restaurant and you notice your partner is on a date. Do you confront, pass, or go home? So 3 options.
Say it again. Say the dilemma again, Amma.
How, guys, you enter into a restaurant and you notice your partner is on a date. Do you confront, pass, or go home?
Do I confront, pass, or go home? What would you do, Amanda?
For me, it depends.
Why is my man on a date?
Why is my mom on a date? I think with these situations, there's 2 types. There could be a situation that probably has an explanation, or he's literally on a date with somebody else and they're seeing somebody else.
Okay, wait.
What possible explanation could there be?
See, this is what I'm trying to understand. Wait, so I think I'm gonna narrow it. I'm narrowing it down. If you meet your man on a date and it visibly is a date, right?
Yeah.
Like they're holding hands, they're rubbing on each other, they're making out. Then what would you do?
Yeah, so those are the 2 different ones. That one,
Your options are confront, pass, or go home. Just one of those. Just what is the option?
it's a mixture between confronting and passing and go home. Let me explain, right? Ultimately, I'm going home, right?
Obvious.
But I'm not going home unseen, right?
Okay, so you need
that's
to
the
make sure
pass
that
element.
he sees you.
But it's not so much of a confrontation, but it's more like you're going to see that I've seen.
Okay.
But I'm not coming in here to like ask questions.
So
like,
you're
what's
not going to go
on.
say hi?
Yeah, I might like maybe overturn the table and go.
What?
I'll be like, what is this? And then go. Or so that's why I'm saying it really depends on a particular situation. But I feel like I've not been the dramatic person for most of my life, and right now I'm in a phase where I think I'm going to bring the drama. Because why not? I'm going to overturn the table, and then
You know what's so
Go
funny?
home.
I can't see a man.
You're doing that.
I can't picture you doing
I can't see you doing that either.
in my mind,
I can see you.
I can see you passing. I can see you making your presence known.
Yes.
Okay,
But I can't see you throwing the
She said she's in the new era.
or maybe I'll go have something to eat. Like I'll like pick up a
chip
Ooh,
from
a chip
his
from her
plate.
plate.
and then throw it on the ground.
But why would you throw it on the ground? Eat it,
Ew.
You throw it out.
Ew,
Okay,
or
wait.
like I'll pour but basically I think it's that element of making presence known. But ultimately I'm walking away from that situation. That's why I'm saying if it's an obvious one like that,
Yeah.
right, basically, I think I might just decide to have fun with it. But then I'm definitely leaving the situation, because if your man is your man, there's a lot of red flags there, because like why don't
What is
you know
So
why,
if
what's
it's
going
a
on?
less obvious situation, so you see him eating food
with another
with
female.
somebody else that you obviously don't know, then you would wait for at least for an explanation.
I'll confront. What's up? What's going on?
Yeah.
If there's an explanation, there's an explanation. What am I going
In
to
either
root for?
situation, I'm just going home.
Without making your presence known.
Fine, I'll make my presence known both ways, but I'm gonna go home. I'm not gonna wait for an explanation, even if it's just like even if it's a innocent, in air quotes, kind of, we're just sitting down to eat or whatever. I'm just gonna go home because
Okay, but then
for
is
me,
he
no.
coming home too? And is he finding his shit gone? Or is he...
oh, I'm gonna go to my mother's house. Like if we're staying, I'm going to my mother's. That's home.
That's what I mean.
I'm going
Oh
home.
my god.
And then he'll come though and he'll say, but it was
going on?
nothing. Like we were just having meals, this is a workmate.
You see,
this is a
for me, that's why
something,
I'm
this is a
saying I'm
something.
going in hot. Because if there's a reasonable explanation, it's not going to take long, and I'm probably not even going to need to ask for it. It's going to be a hi, what's up? Oh, this is so and so, this and this and this and that. Oh, okay, cool. Then I know
If
what's
there's
happening.
a reasonable explanation, he wouldn't wait for you to come to your table.
But he doesn't know you're there. Remember, this is you're walking into a situation, right?
Oh, okay.
So that's why I'm saying if there's a chance of, I'm likely gonna go and be like, yeah, okay, what's going on? But then if it's a situation where I'm walking in and I'm like, I'm catching you red-handed, like what Kuda was describing, then it's either I'm going to do some drama and go, or just like make my presence known and go. But then basically, I think the moral of the story is I'm not going to stay in a situation where.
Okay, but who's home are you going
Where he's
to?
going, huh?
Where's home? Who's home are you
What do you
going
mean?
to? So, you caught him, you're going home where you live, right?
Him.
In your apartment.
Okay.
When he comes home, after you've thrown the table.
Oh, I think that's the trouble with the hypothetical, because I think that really then depends on the scenario. Am I talking about my husband? Am I talking about a boyfriend where we live separately or whatever? So I think that depends. But if it's the situation where I'm like leaving, if it's one of those where we're breaking up, of course we're going to have a conversation maybe. But
Man, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. It was one time. I won't
Oh
do
my
it again.
God.
I'm
What?
so sorry. I was just confused. I didn't know what I was doing.
You thought the other girl was me.
so you tripped and ended up in a restaurant doing whatever.
I promise I won't do it again though. This is the one time.
I don't know.
What would you do?
I think I would confront.
Okay, but like a man would throw the table or like go be like, hey, what are you doing?
I'd probably be like, I'd probably say hi to him. It's not like he can ignore me.
Right.
How are you? Oh, okay. You're out for lunch. Hi. How are you? I'm so and so
Sitting down, dragging the plates.
No.
Tell me.
Pick up a chip. Who this?
I would not do that. I would definitely make sure I've told the girl that I'm dating this man, because men lie.
Okay.
And then I would make sure that he's seen that he's been caught.
Okay.
And then if I'm going home, I am leaving. Like, I feel like cheating is unforgivable, to be honest. Like, if he's gotten to the stage where he can be in public with someone else, confidently so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you just didn't think like you would be like, it's so far away from where, say, we live, that she'll definitely never be here.
But Zimbabwe is so small. Someone's gonna see your husband with this lady, kissing up and doing all of these things. So
And
it's
then
like,
what if it's a oh sorry babe, like I didn't tell you I was gonna go for lunch. Like maybe it's a work lunch or whatever, something that he can expect.
yeah, so in terms of like a work lunch, it's still fine because I've introduced myself as the girlfriend. She knows I'm the girlfriend now. He knows I just came to say hi to him and then I left. So I feel like that one is safe either way. Either it's if it's a business meeting, cool. But if it's like you were cheating on me,
No,
fine.
I think both, whichever way. The problem for me is that I'm walking, I'm blind. I don't know what's happening in the situation. And so for me, that's the red flag in the relationship, because if you're really considerate of somebody, right? Me knowing that I'm in a relationship with somebody, whether or not I'm going to see them or not, if I have
if I'm going to be in a situation that's awkward enough that it's going to make my partner feel some type of way, there's so much you can do to prevent yourself from being there in the first place. To me, there's an issue because it's like there's no transparency enough in the relationship. I want to be in a relationship where I can even see and be like, oh, that's whatever. Get your bag, and then I continue doing what I'm doing. But the moment I'm in a situation and I'm like there feeling off guard, to me it's like, am I in a relationship with this person? If you want to go have your lunch and whatever your network, go ahead. But then if it's something that you feel like you need to hide from me, then there's an issue. Are we still in a relationship, or like
What's
am I
going
just
on?
here to entertain you? Either way, I'm not staying to find out there's a problem. So go do your thing, have your lunch, enjoy your thing. But then we're not finishing this meal because I'm
Throwing the table.
or pouring something into it. But yeah, no.
Yo, hi.
Kuda?
You know what? Right. I am definitely the person to not cause a scene. So I will again probably definitely make my presence known. I will probably actually the first person I'll say hi to is the girl. Right?
Why would you
I'll
go to the girl instead of
No, I will probably go and say,
say,
I really like your top. That's like that color is nice on you, right? And walk away. Because now I know you see me, right? But I'm also not going to cause drama with a girl that I don't know you, right? So I will go. I will say hi to her. I will get my food.
And you wouldn't say hi to your man?
No, why? What are we talking? What do we have to talk about now? Because then I'll get my food, I'll go place my order, whatever it is, right? Since it's a restaurant, I'll go, I'll say, that's a wonderful top, it looks nice on you. All right, I'll go, I'll place my order. If you have good sense, you will come find me where I'm at and come explain yourself. If you have bad sense because I've caught you, you're going to keep sitting. And then obviously at that point, we both know that there's nothing. We're not moving forward from there. There's nothing left to say at that point. Do you know what I mean? And similarly, like Amanda's saying, even if it is an innocent thing, right? If me and you, chances are if you were going to lunch, you'd have said something. Yeah. Like we'll probably be talking during the day anyway. You'd have been like, oh, me and Chido are going for a meal. Right? And I probably would know who Chido is. Right? So if I'm meeting you randomly with some random person, you try to pass it off as, oh, it was a work lunch, but I know everybody you work with. I've never seen this honey before.
What is it?
Who is that? You know what I mean? So definitely,
you know what I find interesting, especially when questions like this are thrown around men, they have a zero tolerance policy. There was this picture like of a girl like beaten up, and the question was, your girl comes home like this, and it was the side nigga. What do you do? I tell you, 99% to 100% of the comments, yeah, that's none of my business, whatever. There was the nice ones who'd be like, oh no, we'll take care of her, but I'm out of that situation. And then there's the ones where it's like, well, that's none of my business. I'm not getting into people's relationship things. But almost unanimously, the man will be like, zero tolerance, we're leaving that situation. It's only the woman who will be like, no, first I want to understand what's happening, explanation of the situation, And I think it's almost a 50-50, if not majority of women, where if it's vague enough, she'll stay.
Mm-hmm. I definitely just think it's like the transparency of the thing. Because, so for example, right, there used to be this man, and he was still having chats with his was supposed to be ex-girlfriend, right? That I happened chance on his phone. And it was
a trip and the chat.
It's just what happened. Something happens
all the time.
Right? But and to be fair, like the chats were very innocent. Right. It was really more so it was a real breakup. She just had things that needed to be collected from where I was staying. Right. And it was, let's organize how to.
It was we all told Juzirago.
Essentially. But she, because she asked, like, hey, I left, she listed the things, are you able to meet me? Can we, give me those things? Supposed to be a very innocent chat, right?
So-
but the problem that I had with it is that he did not tell me that they were going to meet for these things.
You were the new girlfriend at the time.
Yes. So I did not know that he was, and when I say genuinely, like the relationship was over, genuinely it was a very innocent chat. These are people that weren't chatting. But my issue was, why didn't you could have just said, oh, I'm going to go meet, and I knew her, so it was just, oh, I'm going to go meet, well, I don't know her, I know her name. I'm going to go meet this person. Obviously, the excuse was, oh, I didn't want you to make drama about it. I didn't want it to be like a big thing. It's not anything big. It's a box of things. And I saw the box was out. It's packed, ready to go. But why not just be honest about it? And I think for me, cheating is unforgivable. But for me, the reason why cheating is unforgivable is the lie. So because of the lie, even if it's a lie by omission, for me, it's still a lie.
It's a lie.
A lie is a lie is a lie.
It's a lie. So that transparency thing really gets to me.
Would you guys agree that women are more tolerant of it? And if so, why?
Tell me what.
Of those
Cheating,
lies by
lies.
omissions, cheatings, able to sort of get over that hurdle in a relationship. Whereas it seems men don't have the same breadth or capacity to tolerate that in a relationship. Although some men do, but then I'm talking in broader strokes.
To be fair, I can only speak for being a Zimbabwean black person, but any auntie will say, but don't you tell a woman? Right?
Yeah.
So it's sort of ingrained in you to just say that's what men do, then lie. So when they lie, it's not shocking. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Right? You're sort of expecting them to lie. You're expecting them to cheat. So when it happens, you are more tolerant of it because your next thought is, fine, if he cheated, I'm going to go into another relationship and that brother's going to cheat too. So let me just pick the devil that I know and stick with it.
Yeah. And I think there's also like a scarcity mindset with women. So it's, okay, I've spent such and such time with this person. Will I ever find someone else like this? Will I ever find someone else better than this? And men just don't care. They know they're going to find their next girlfriend in the next few months. They have an abundance mindset. They're like, bro, I can find another one. There's someone else lined up somewhere. And women are just so, we just think we won't be able to move on from that person.
I just want to say it's a lie. It's a lie. There's many fish in the sea and you don't have to tolerate stuff. And in fact, don't, because you're making it worse.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a good chat, guys. I think we touched on so many things in just like one episode. Like we hopped around, kind of liked it. So that's the end of the episode. Guys, if you're listening, please either subscribe on our audio platforms. And when you're free, go and follow us on the social medias. We're on everything. And we'd like to hear from you. We love when you send us your dilemmas. And yeah, that's a wrap. Bye.
Bye.